ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
When the COVID-19 vaccine first rolled out, health experts urged people to get their second dose on time. The new health benefits being seen among people who had to wait longer to get that second shot.
Plus, Chula Vista police search a new location near Maya Milliete's home. It has been more than 4 months since she was last seen. The recent leads they got in their investigation.
And Scripps Health employees are finally regaining access to systems hit by a cyber attack. The frustrations that continue more than 2 weeks later.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
Everyone's acting like pandemic's over, just here we go, turn the page, forget about everything, but that's not how we're seeing our guests.
Restaurant owners who've already spent tens of thousands of dollars on outdoor parklets to accommodate nervous diners could now have their outdoor permits revoked. Good evening, I'm Lindsay Pena.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Just yesterday, the City Council voted to extend outdoor dining permits. Our ABC 10 News reporter John Horn is joining us from Little Italy, where the city says that some restaurants need to make some changes that they do want to continue operating outdoors. John.
India Street is lined with these parklets. A lot of them, they have rooftops, they have walls, they have garden lights and music and art. I'm going to step outside so you can see just how many of them there are down here lining India Street. Now, the city says this kind of outdoor dining can continue through at least July 2022. But now for that to happen, it's going to require restaurant owners to make some potentially painful changes.
I mean, we want to do more planters and get it looking even more vibrant.
Eric Adler never thought he'd be standing on a wood-framed structure that extends over 9 parking spots in front of his downtown La Jolla restaurant. Now, he wants to invest even more into that structure.
It's still a little stale. Like, we want to get more color out here. We want to get more green.
Adler's parklet provided a lifeline for Puesto La Jolla to survive the pandemic, and it will provide even more space for a new Italian place he plans to open next door later this year.
Everyone's acting like pandemic's over, just here we go, turn the page, forget about everything, but that's not how we're seeing our guests. A lot of them still don't feel comfortable. They want to dine outside.
The good news for them is that the City Council voted this week to extend outdoor dining through July 13th, 2022. But restaurant owners like Adler may have to scale down their parklets by July 13th this year because the city says they don't comply with code and go well beyond the sample drawing it released as a guideline for restaurants. That means things like no rooftops, and any issues of blocking red curbs or extending too far into the street must be corrected.
Without the city's flexibility of making this happen, I mean, I'd say almost every restaurant in San Diego would have closed.
Adler says Puesto will work with the city to bring the parklet into compliance. He's also applied for a city permit to keep a pedestrian plaza in that same space for up to 5 years, allowing outdoor dining long beyond the pandemic. Puesto's parklet cost about $50,000. Now, we did just get a response from the city, a spokesman telling me that the city's going to work with these restaurant owners on a case-by-case basis to get them into compliance. That being said, if they're not compliant by that July 13th date, they could have their outdoor temporary permit revoked. Live in Little Italy, John Horn, ABC 10 News.
Let's hope they can work it out. John, thank you. A big step forward for San Diego's cruise industry as it tries to bounce back from the pandemic. Today and tomorrow, Sharp Healthcare is vaccinating about 450 members from 3 Holland America cruise ships here in San Diego. The CDC says cruises can return as early as mid-July if 98% of the crew members and 95% of passengers are fully vaccinated. Cruise lines can also choose to run a test cruise. Either way, one Holland America captain told us the staff is ready to welcome back guests.
They were very excited about it because it means, once the ship is fully vaccinated, that we are closer to going back into business.
Be nice to go back to business. Royal Princess cruise staff also lined up for vaccinations today. A Sharp Healthcare team administered those shots right on board the ship. Port officials say the cruise ships could begin sailing out of San Diego by the fall.
A new study shows delaying the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine actually improves the immune response. ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth on whether this could reshape our vaccine schedule.
Amid the vaccine shortages earlier this year, millions of Americans experienced a second dose delay, like Susan and Michael Atkinson of Carlsbad.
We just had change after change. We ultimately had about 4 cancellations of our appointments.
They wound up having to wait more than 6 weeks to get their second dose. Now, new research on the Pfizer vaccine suggests an even longer wait may have benefits. Scientists in the UK looked at a group of people aged 80 and up, and they found those who got their second dose 12 weeks out instead of the standard 3 weeks produced 3.5 times more virus-fighting antibodies. La Jolla Institute for Immunology professor Dr. Shane Crotty says he's observed this phenomenon with other vaccines.
After that first immunization, your immune system is essentially still learning about the target for quite a while, and it's not done learning at 3 weeks. It's not done learning at 5 weeks.
By learning, he means the white blood cells that make antibodies actually evolve when they see a virus, and that takes time.
And so then if you come back with a second immunization later, you take more advantage of that learning.
There were similar findings in AstraZeneca's clinical trial. People who waited 12 weeks for the second dose produced twice as many antibodies, and the vaccine's effectiveness jumped from 55% to 81%. That data was one reason why several countries widened the gap between doses so they could vaccinate more people. So should the U.S. do the same?
As it is right now, the responses to these vaccines are phenomenal. Don't mess with what's working unless you have to.
Dr. Crotty says if you dig into the Pfizer study on older people, you find these delays also have drawbacks.
The antibody response is a bit better, and the T-cell response was equivalently worse.
T-cells play a role in immune memory, so delaying the dose might result in protection that doesn't last as long. And he says older people just aren't as well protected during that gap when they've gotten just one shot.
Particularly against variants. You actually do not have good antibody responses against the variants after one immunization.
For all those reasons, he thinks the U.S. should not change its recommendations, and people shouldn't try to game the system. But he says the study should be reassuring for people like Michael and Susan, who experienced a delay that was out of their control. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
Orange County can now open up more now that it's in the yellow tier. The state announced that move yesterday. The easing of restrictions went into effect today. That means that Disneyland and other theme parks can now go from 25% capacity to 35%.
We're excited. Yesterday was great. We're huge Disney fans, and we were season pass holders before the shutdown. And we're just excited to be back at the park, to be honest. And things are opening up, so that's a good thing.
Orange County isn't the only one getting to loosen up restrictions. Santa Cruz, Santa Clara, and Amador counties also moved into the yellow tier. Surrounding the pandemic by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
Chula Vista police say that they have had some recent leads in the search for Maya Miliete. The mother of 3 has not been seen since January, but over the past week, investigators searched a new location near her home. Our ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala breaks down the latest update and how volunteers are upping their search efforts.
Maya Miliete has now been missing for more than 4 months, and Chula Vista police say they're committed to finding the reason behind her disappearance. Police say based on investigative leads, over the past week, law enforcement has searched the area of 500 Hunt Parkway in Chula Vista. That's just a few minutes away from the Miliete home on Paseo Los Gatos. CVPD has partnered with the DA's office, the FBI, and NCIS for this investigation. And to date, investigators have interviewed 59 people, written 31 search warrants, and reviewed more than 75 tips. They've also served a gun violence restraining order to Larry Miliete, Maya's husband, and served a second search warrant at the Miliete home.
It's been 4 months now, and that's a very long time in terms of someone going missing.
Liliana Burke doesn't personally know Maya, but has been joining her family in their search efforts.
Right now, the family just needs as much help as they can.
She's organizing 2 searches for this weekend and hopes the community will continue to show up, extending the invitation to Chula Vista City Council and Mayor. This weekend, the search party will meet at Paseo Veracruz Saturday and Sunday at 8:30 in the morning.
And from there, we all go together to our search sites. And so those do remain private for obvious reasons. We'll be combing over the same area twice.
The goal is to get as many people as possible to search for Maya.
The more eyes, the more feet on the ground. If you have drones, if you have any other equipment that would be available to the family, that'd be really amazing.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
There is also a GoFundMe page set up for the family as they search for Maya. Tuesday, detectives did meet with Maya's family members to go over the status of their investigation. Specific details will not be publicly released, but the family says they were satisfied with what they have learned so far. A National City elementary school went back to virtual learning today after a gas leak near the school forced evacuations yesterday. Construction crews hit a gas line at the intersection of 8th and Olive yesterday morning. The school says it plans on reopening tomorrow. In the meantime, part of East 8th Street is still closed while SDG&E crews finish up working on repairs. And several public officials pledged their support today to build a bridge at Mission Trails Regional Park in honor of the man who died there. Max Lanai died while trying to cross the San Diego River during a run January 29th. His parents said he slipped and he drowned. Well, since then, his parents have been advocating for a pedestrian bridge. The chair of the Mission Trails Regional Park Task Force says he's on board with that project.
I believe that the bridge for Max is not just a step in the right direction, but a necessity.
Well, the rest of the task force will vote on the project tomorrow. Funding is through a public-private partnership, but that project could take several years.
2 weeks after the ransomware attack that crippled the Scripps healthcare system, ABC 10 News has learned that some employees are finally regaining access to information. Reporter Anthony Purra is joining us. And Anthony, despite the new developments, hundreds of thousands of patients remain frustrated.
That's right. We've been in contact with more than one source inside Scripps Health, and this is what they're telling us right now. They have regained some access. They tell us that they have access to read-only medical records dated before May 1st. That means they can access the records but can't update it. Our sources tell us that some units are able to access x-rays. Some computers are working, but they only have limited access to certain information, and so multiple providers are trying to share one desktop or laptop to get information right now. Some employees have gained some access to email and payroll systems. Now, we have reached out to Scripps Health to find out what is happening here since the cyber attack outage that was first reported May 1st. This is the response we received. They tell us we don't have an update to provide at this point. We will share more information as we are able. And of course, we will bring you more information and updates as soon as it becomes available. We're reporting live in Hillcrest. Anthony Purra, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Anthony. The House has voted to create an independent commission on the deadly January 6th Capitol riots. The legislation passed 252 to 175. Now, heading to the Senate, the legislation faces an uncertain future. Today, Republican leader Mitch McConnell said he's against the bill. He joins House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, who came out against the bill yesterday. The Capitol riots investigation is modeled after the 10-member commission that looked into the September 11th attacks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is pushing back against calls from the United States to wind down his military offensive in Gaza. Today, Netanyahu vowed to continue that operation until quiet and security are restored. It's a rebuke to the Biden administration's call for an end to the airstrikes, which continued today. Palestinian militants also bombarded Israel with rocket fire throughout the day. And Lebanon fired a barrage of rockets into northern Israel.